Vedant. Vedant.
Yes, sir.
Vedant.
Yes, sir.
Vedant. Where is
समझ
he?
नहीं आ रहा है क्या?
There.
हेलो सर. हेलो.
Yeah.
हेलो.
How are you?
हेलो सर.
Yeah. Vedant here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Who is
sir.
he? Okay, we'll move further.
Okay, sir.
Let's not waste time.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Now to assemble the fastener, we required one more element. That's what we call the nuts. Okay. So nuts are required for assembly work with the fasteners. So bolt, we use a nut. So we call the nut and bolt. Stud
Sir, excuse me, sir.
with nuts. Allen
We
bolt,
completed.
sometime you may require the
Sir, we have completed this, sir.
this is a GP3, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
We have
GP3.
completed this. Where are we
Good
now?
afternoon, sir. Exas, sir. We are discussing
Exhaust, sir. Exhaust.
Yeah, we discussed about it.
Yes, sir. Hand tools.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Got it.
That
Thank you very
files,
much. Okay. So morning we saw about the hacksaw.
files,
Then we saw
Yes.
the chisels.
chisel
Then we
files,
saw about the
notes files.
files. Okay.
Yes.
Files.
Drill bits now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir. Now we have to go with this.
yeah, we are not completed. We'll go with this now. Ahead of this.
Drill
So Balram,
bits.
just remember the slide number when I come back. So drill bits. Though I'm noting down, but sometimes I forget to open and see. Okay. So drill bits are used to drill a hole in any given job. So we can drill a hole in the metal, wood, fiber, okay, all these hole by using a tool called as a drill bit. Okay, for metal we have different drill bits. In metal also, depend on the type of metal, we have to select that kind of a drill bit. Okay, so if you want to drill hole in a stainless steel, then you may have to go for a high soft copper, brass, you require a soft material, so you can go for a normal ordinary drill bits. So that is what we call the drill bit. And to use the drill bit, you can see the drill bit tip. The drill bit has got a spiral cutting edges. The drill bit has got the spiral cutting edges, and at the tip of the drill bit, okay, it is at an angle of 120 degree. In forming 100, that the end we call as a lip. The end we okay, and that's the reason you can see this is the tip, okay, which sits on the metal. And that's the reason whenever you use a drill bit, you have to always mark the center of the drill bit with a center punch so that the tip of the drill bit sits groove. Mark. The drill bit has the tendency to slide on the metal, and sometimes it may break and it may fly off, and which can lead to some kind of a accident. Okay, so this is one of the important point we have to remember. And as I told you, it has got a spiral cutting edges. So drill bit act like a cutting and pumping. Drill bit act like a cutting and pumping. It cuts the wood or the material and it pumps out via the spiral grooves and it start getting inside. It start getting inserted deep into the deep till the time you stop drilling the hole in the body. Then if you look at it, the parts of the drill bit, this is a lip angle, okay, then this is a fillet, okay, of the drill bit. Then this is a what we call the shank of the drill bit, okay, and this is a neck, drill bit neck. These are for understanding the drill bit should not be moved beyond its neck. Okay, it should come only up to maximum up to neck. Again, the shank is used to hold the drill bit into the drilling machine chuck. Shank is provided every drill bit and is basically used to hold the drill bit into the chuck of the drilling machine. So drill a hole in any material, you always require a drilling machine. The drilling machine can be hand operated, manual operated, it can be hydraulically operated, it can be operated electrically. So portable electric drilling machine, portable hydraulically operated drilling machine, portable pneumatic drilling machine, or it can be manual operated drilling machine. Okay, and you have the pedestal drilling machines, the drilling machine which are grouted onto the earth, and we can drill a hole in any given job. About the drilling machines, we are going to learn later on in due course when we go to the machine shop and machinery is installed in the machine shop. Each of the machine we are going to see independently. Okay, so that is what we call the drill bit. The most important point you have to remember, whenever you are drilling a hole, you must mark the center of the hole with the help of a center punch to prevent the slippage of drill bit on the surface of the job. Okay, and when you are drilling a hole, never drill a hole at one stretch. Always you must drill a hole for certain depth, remove the drill bit, clean the spirals, again you drill the hole. If required, you may have to use a coolant. There is a media called a coolant while drilling a hole, so that you will get a finished hole and you can save the life of the drill bit. So that is what important is. Of course, I'm going to cover this once again. I'll tell you the drilling machine. I hope you understand. Drill machine you get of different diameter. Okay, and the diameter of the drill bit, size of the drill bit is engraved on the shank. The size of the drill bit is engraved on the shank of the drill bit. Okay, either in millimeter or in inches. You get the size either in mm or inches. So depending upon the size of the hole you want, okay, we select the drill bit and we drill a hole. That's what we call the drill bit. Okay, next is a.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Please
Sir,
come up.
What is sir coolant? What is sir coolant?
Yeah, coolant is a one kind of a media. It is a mixture of one kind of a oil, lard oil, in the proportion of 1:20 with the water. Lard oil we are using as a coolant, which we mixed with the water at the ratio of 1:20, and
It
that
is
we
a
are using
lard
for the
oil.
purpose of lard oil, LARD, lard oil. Okay, we are mixing with the
Thank you,
water at the proposed ratio of 1:20, and that we are using for the purpose of coolant on lathe machine as well as on drilling machine, shaping machine, cutting machines, okay, milling machine, all such places for two purposes. One, to cool the job for better finishing of the job, and secondly for cooling the tool for the safety of the tool. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
next is a reamer. Reamer is mainly used to finish the hole. Now, what do you mean by finishing the hole? So when you drill a hole with the drill bit, there are chances some burr or some material remains stick inside the hole, and that material stick inside the hole or slightly rough paste inside the hole may affect, okay, for sliding something in that hole. Okay, or in case you want to enlarge the hole by very minute dimensions, then we select a reamer, and reamer has got straight cutting edges. Reamer has got straight cutting edges and it is used to finish the hole. So if you have drilled a hole of a 20 mm, then we select the reamer of 20 mm, insert in the hole, and you use a reamer stock in which you can hold the reamer, and you can turn the reamer slowly inside the hole. So what it does, in case any excess material stick inside the hole, it gets finished nicely. Okay, and you can finish the hole properly so that you can put the fittings in the hole. As well as you can partially, very minutely, 0.01 mm or 0.02 mm. Okay, it will remove the material and it will do a better finishing of the hole. For that purpose, we are using the reamers. Okay, reamers also you get of different diameters, either in mm or inches, and depending on the size of the drill bit, we select the size of the reamer. So reamer is used for finishing the hole. You may get the reamer's fixed type or you may get the reamer's adjustable type. So one reamer can be used for different size of holes. That's what we call the reamer. You are going to use these tools when you are going to work in the workshop, when you come back to the training of Rahman for workshop practicals. But please do remember all these tools, very, very important, and some important safety aspect, what I am telling you at the time of the tool. Is it clear to you? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
doubt
sir.
anybody have? Okay. Now we'll move further.
Clear, sir.
Yeah, good. This is what we call the tool. This is what we call the scraper. Okay, one scraper we are using in painting technology for preparation of surface, painting surface, to remove in case of a rust or to remove paint chips. Okay, to scrap out the paint, old paint, all that purpose you are using the scrapers. But this scraper is slightly different than that scraper. This scraper is used in the workshops, workshop floors, okay, mainly to remove minute excess material from any given job while carrying out the assembly work. For example, you are fitting a bearing in the body of a machine, and the bearing is not getting inserted because there's a partial material left over in the bearing shoe or the bearing hub. So what do we do? Then we use such kind of a scrapers of which the tip is case hardened, and only that particular area we can remove the excess metal by using these scrapers. The scrapers you may get straight scrapers and the round scraper. So if the surface is round, we can go for round scraper. If the surface is straight, we can go for a straight scrapers. Okay, that is what we call the scrapers. Next to that is your stud oblique bolt extractor, broken stud or bolt extractor. Now you know what is stud, you know what is bolt. So while carrying out the assembly work, accidentally if the stud or the bolt gets break into the body of a machine, how to remove that stud? Now if the stud is exposing out of the machine, assume the stud is exposing out of the machine, then what we can do, we can use another waste bolt and we can weld it with the bolt broken bolt exposing out of the machine, and we can remove it. That is one of the way we can remove the broken bolt. Second way, in case the bolt is broken and there's an access, we can very minute access, but you cannot do welding. They can use a chisel. You can do the chiseling method. But if the bolt is broken inside the body of a machine, where neither you can use a chisel nor you can do the welding, then we are going to use a extractor, bolt extractor, stud extractor, or screw extractor. Somebody calls screw extractor, somebody calls a stud extractor, somebody calls a bolt extractor. In case it is broken inside the body of a machine, so nothing can be done, then what we do, we use this tool. Now to use this tool, first and foremost, you have to drill a hole in the body of the bolt. You have to drill a hole in the body of the bolt depending upon the size of the bolt. So that you have to follow the technology of drilling. So first you have to mark the center of the hole with the center punch. You drill a hole. But when you are drilling a hole, please make sure you take a precaution that the drill bit is not drilling a hole throughout the bolt, not it is reaching to the root of the bolt. So you have to drill the hole up to maximum. If the bolt is broken for 10 mm, you have to drill a hole up to 5 to 6 mm. If the bolt is broken for 20 mm, you can drill a hole up to 10 to 12 mm. So that the bottom root of the bolt will remain intact. It should not be drilled. In case you drill it, then your even stud extractor may work, may not work. That's the reason you have to take that precaution. After drilling the hole, now select the same size of a stud extractor. The stud extractor has got the tip. If you look at the tip, it has also got a spiral edges. Okay, spiral edges, but it's not a drill bit. It is like a reamer. It is not like reamer. It is like a tap, but not a tap. It is like a tap, but not a tap. It is like a drill bit, but not a drill bit. It is a special tool called as a stud or broken bolt extractor. Now use a stock. Use a stock in which you can hold this bit and start inserting inside. And when you are inserting, you have to turn it in anti-clockwise direction. You have to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction So what it does, it cuts the thread into the body of the bolt and start getting inserted into the bolt. It gets inserted into the bolt or the screw. As soon as it touches to the bottom of the bolt, the hole you have drilled, as soon as it reaches to the bottom of the hole which you have drilled, after that it has no access to go down. After that, this does not have any access to go down. So naturally, as you keep turning in the anti-clockwise direction, it will act like you are removing a bolt from the body of a machine. And gradually, okay, the bolt will start coming out from the body of a machine. And that's the way we can remove a broken bolt, stud, or a screw inside the body of a machine by using this kind of a extractor. I hope you understood. जहां तक मेरा ख्याल है,
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any chance for breaking extractor also?
No.
When we are using.
Because, yeah, very good question. Very nice. You are absolutely correct. The question is very rightly. But the material of this is very strong material. Okay. This
Hard.
is not going to break. Yeah. It is very hard and strong. Okay. It is not going to. It is very high tensile steel. High tensile steel. So it is not going to get damage. It is not going to get break. And once
Okay, sir.
suppose if it breaks, then it is difficult to drill a hole in this. Impossible. So that is the reason it is made of a very high tensile steel. Okay. Is it clear to
Thank
you?
you, sir.
Okay. Any
Yes,
other
sir.
question?
Yes, sir.
Any other
No,
question?
sir.
Anybody have?
No, sir.
Okay. Good. Okay. Now look at these tools. This is what we call the die with the die stock. This is a die bit. This is a die stock. And this is the tap bits. And this is a tie stock. Stock means the holder actually. So you can say it is a die holder. You can say it is a tap holder in which you are holding the die and in which you are holding the tap. It's called the tap holder. And technically it is called a tap stock. And technically it is called as a die stock. And if you remember, when I was teaching you the fasteners, at that time I had explained to you how to repair the threads on any bolt or how to repair threads in any nut. In case one or two threads of a bolt or a nut has got damage, how we can repair and reuse the bolt and the nut. So the die is used to make the external threads. So we are using a die to repair the one or two damaged threads on the bolt or the stud, and you can reuse it. Or die is also you can use to make new threads on any rod. Die is also used to make threads on pipe for pipe assembly. Two pipes can be assembled together by using a socket. Socket is used to assemble two pipelines. Okay, as I mentioned to you, different methods of joining the pipes: welding, socketing, press fitting, and flange method. Okay, so this is used to make thread on the pipe. So you get the die bits of different size, mm or inches, and depending on the size of the pipe or the size of the rod, we can select the die bit, fit into the die stock, and you can make the external threads. It is used to make the external threads. And this is what we call the tap. And tap is used to make the internal threads. Tap is used to make the internal threads, as the tap is used to repair one or two damaged threads inside a nut, and you can reuse the nut. So you can select the proper size of a tap and repair the threads in a nut. Okay, so tap is used to make the internal threads, and die is used to make the external threads. And die is a very important tool used by the plumbers in plumbing shops. Okay. Now tap you also get in different size, diameters. One of the most important aspect to remember in the tap, is before using a tap, you have to drill a hole in a given job. First, you have to drill a hole in any given job. Now, very, very important, please remember it, do not forget it. Okay, the size of the drill bit has to be smaller than the size of the tap. So generally you'll get a tabular, you get a table, okay, tap size and the drill size. So according to that, you're going to select the drill bit for particular tap to make the internal threads. The reason is that there has to be some access, there has to be some access remaining inside the hole to cut the threads in the body of the hole. That is the reason the drill bit must be smaller than the diameter of the stud tap. Please do remember, bear in your mind, don't forget it. Is it clear to you? Any question in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So that's what we call the tap. Tap also you get in a set of 3. Tap also you get in a set of 3. And when you're doing using the die or the tap, never complete the threads in one stretch. Cut few threads by die on a pipe up to certain depth. Remove the die, clean the threads, apply some oil. Again, put the die. Again, you cut the threads again certain depth. You keep increasing the depth so that you will get the proper finishing of the threads. And if you try to cut the threads at a designed depth without doing the proper settings, the threads will get damaged and your time and skill is going to be wasted. So that's the reason, cut the threads up to certain depth, remove the die, remove the die stock surface, clean the die, apply little bit of oil for better lubrication, and the die reduce the size, again continue to threading. That's way you have to proceed. Same way with the tap. Tap also you get a set of 3. You don't get a tap of one single tap. Okay, so we get the first, second, and pin. So first tap gives a certain depth of threads. Second tap you gives further depth of the stake. So you can say 50%, 25%, 70%, and 100%. The proper finished threads. Okay, and if you use the final tap in the beginning, what will happen? Again, the threads are going to get damaged, and you won't be able to fit the holes, threads, and your time and skill is going to be wasted. Safety aspect, what you have to remember while doing this. Any question about the die and tap? Anybody has got any doubt?
No, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh yeah, please.
No, sir.
Nothing.
Sir, can you, sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yeah, come up.
Sir, can you revise once again tap with tap stock?
Tap, no. So first and foremost, tap is used to make the internal threads. Like to make internal threads in any body of a machine, then we usually use drill a hole in the body of a machine before, and the to be smaller than the diameter of the tap to get
Sir,
access.
excuse me, sir. Sir, your voice is getting breaking, sir.
Voice is getting cut. My goodness.
Yes, sir.
You. Okay. Everybody can hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now you are audible properly.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
Now.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, to hear my voice. Doesn't matter. We'll see once. We'll
Sir,
repeat it.
still there is problem, sir.
Or
Sir,
minus.
still problem.
Sir, still your voice is breaking, sir.
No, but it. Because if others, some of them can able to hear me properly, it means it is not my. So you may have to select a proper net, or probably you have to go in a proper place where you picture net. Just try it out in case it is something like that. And in case everybody is finding difficulty, then there's a problem. There's a problem.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Your voice is getting break.
Yes. Hello.
Still your
voice is breaking, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Sir, we are facing a problem, sir.
everybody is facing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
Huh?
Everyone face, sir.
Every one of you?
Yes, sir. Your
Yes,
voice is
Yeah,
not
sir.
audible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
No one
sir.
can So it means the problem is mine.
Yes, sir.
Maybe,
It
sir.
means the
Yes, sir.
problem is mine. But I got a proper net. There's no problem in my net also. I can see everything is fine. Let me connect this.
It is okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Clear.
I connected a speaker. Let's see.
It's clear.
Yeah, that's good. And you have to come up in case any problem. Don't just carry it on because you are going to lose. I'll consider that you are listening to me clearly. It's good. You should come up. Thank you. Okay. Then, as I mentioned to you about the die and the tap. Okay. So die is used to make the external threads and tap is used to make the internal thread. Okay. And die you also get a different size, quarter inch, or half, once a quarter inch, or you make it in mm, 15 mm, 25 mm, 65 mm, 65 mm, and so on. Now, die, depending on the size of the rod on which you want to cut the threads, or depending on the diameter of the pipeline on which you use to make the external threads. The die can also be used to repair one or two damaged bolt. So according to that, we are selecting the die and we do the repairing of the threads. Whereas, or to repair any one broken thread of any used. The holes, threads in any body of a machine. First and foremost, you have to drill a hole in the body of a machine, and the diameter of the hole must be smaller than the diameter of the diameter of the hole must come with the tap. So you have to select the drill bit according to the size of the tap. Generally, you get a tabulation in which size of the tap and what size of drill bit you have to use. According to that, you have to select. Then tap, you get a use the first tap so that it cuts a little bit depth threads. Then you can use the second tap. The further it will increase. You can use the finished tap so that you will get the proper finished thread in the body of a. And when you are doing the threading by die or a tap, never thread, do partly, cut 3 threads, remove, clean the surface, clean the tool, apply little bit of oil, and continue till you complete the threading. The threading to save the material and save your time and save your skill. That's what we call die and tap. And as I told you, when you on for extra practical, you will be using it physically to do the threading, so that you will get conversion. And is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Next is we'll go move further. Next, what we can see, this is what we call the jack plane, okay, which is used to plane the surface of the wood. If you want to plane the plane, okay, as you're using a file to plane the surface of the metal, you use the jack plane to plane the surface. In case of a minute wood you want to remove from any job, you can use a rasp file. Rasp file. This is only for carpentry purpose. Then what you see next to that, you can see here, this board looks like a scissor, but the first one we call this as a snip, which every one of you used. Scissor, if you look at the cutting arm, scissor cutting arms are always the arms. The reason is that with the scissor we are going to cut the soft like paper, leather, rubber. Okay, effort, less power. That is why the power arms are shorter than the your cutting arm. But the same way, if you look into the snip, the cutting arms are smaller and the larger because the snips are used to cut the hard material. Okay, like asbestos, Teflon, or thin metal sheets. And here you require more power. That is why the power arms, effort arms are longer than cutting arms. Cutting. Okay, this is what you call the snip, and this is what you call the scissor. Tools we are using while cutting the gasket for between okay, on the material.
वो birthday wish करना.
Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Next to this is what you call the hollow punch or the hole punch. Okay, when you are cutting a gasket, if you remember operation, I explained to you about the gasket you use between the two pipe flanges to prevent the leakage. And the gasket has been got one hole and there are number of holes on the periphery of the center hole on the gasket for inserting the bolts. And to cut that bolt holes on the gasket, we are using hole punch, or it is also called as a hollow punch. Hole punch or a hollow punch. So please do remember this. Is it clear to you? Any question in this?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt in this?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you are cutting the hole with the hollow punch, one important safety precaution you have to observe. Because these are the edge tools. Okay. So you may get a cut. So you use tools carefully to prevent any cut on your body and to prevent the damage to the cutting edges. When you are hollow punch and when you are cutting the hole of the bolt on the gasket, you must always use a soft or wooden surface, okay, to keep the gasket so that it should not get blunt, should not get damaged. It should remain sharp so that you can reuse it for a longer period. Else, you have to go for a grinding, and if you continue the grinding, tool is very soon. So you have to always keep a gasket on a soft surface like that, and you must cut the hole of a bolt in the gasket. This is one of the most important safety precautions what you have to observe. There are some more safety precautions. Never ever use mushroomed head hollow punch, where your hammer blow may miss out, and that can lead to a man injury. So that's one of the points you have to remember. Next to that, if you look at this, what you can see over here, this is what we call the tube cutter. This is used to cut at an angle of 180 degrees without damaging the tube or without using the fire. And generally, it is used to cut the copper pipes or GI pipes or the small pipe diameter. Generally, copper pipes used in the AC revision plant. So to cut those pipes, they are using this tube cutter or tubing cutter. Then this is called the brace, and this is called. Both are carpentry tools. Brace and bits, both are carpentry tools used to drill hole in a wood. Now gimlet is also used to drill a hole in the wood. Now you can see the gimlet as a handle and a body, and at the tip of the body you can see the spiral edges. So gimlet can be used to drill a hole directly without using anything. Okay, and you get gimlets of. But if you look at the brace and bit, the brace and bit, brace is separate and bit is separate. So we have a chuck, and in that chuck we are going to fit the drill bit, and you can drill a hole in the wood. So brace bit and gimlet both are used to drill a hole in a wood. Please remember that. Is it clear? Any question on that? Anything?
No, sir.
Anything you'd like to ask me? Otherwise, here we have completed the edge of the tools. All edge of the tools we have completed. In question, in doubt, you can ask me. Else, I'll proceed further. But before that, I would like to show you the next tool that is called as a non-edge of the tools, and we'll start with the spanner. Spanners are also called as wrenches. Spanners are also called as wrench. So do not get confused between the spanner and the wrench. It is the same thing. Spanners which the size cannot be changed, and the particular size of spanner is used for opening and tightening a particular size of nut and bolt. Okay, they are called as a fixed spanners. Now we will have a look at it. So here we have fixed spanners, double-ended open spanner or double-ended spanner. Okay. Then this is a double-end ring spanner, double-end open spanner, double-end ring spanner, and this is what we call the combination of ring and open. So why we have such kind of spanners? Open separate, ring separate, combination separate. The reason is that combination spanner, if you want to carry one set of spanner, ring and open separately, you can carry only a combination spanner, and that will help you for open end as well as the ring end. Advantage of open end spanner, you can put the spanner from the side of the nut. You can put the spanner from the side of the nut. Okay. There is no access from the side. Then you have to put the spanner from the top of the nut. Then you have to go ring spanner. And combination spanner is solving the problem of both the spanners. So that is why they introduced the combination spanner. And the size of the spanner is engraved on the body of the spanner. The size of the spanner is engraved on the body of the spanner itself. And all the spanners you get in the size of mm and inches. And this is standard all over the world. This is standard all over the world. Size of nut and bolt is standard all over the world. And spanner size is standard all the world. So need not to get confused. America में गए तो दूसरा spanner लेके जाना पड़ेगा. गया तो दूसरा spanner लेके जाना पड़ेगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
This
sir.
bottom
Yes,
side,
sir.
bottom side, what you see, these are single end ring and open spanner. They are single end ring and open spanner. Okay. Rest all we'll see tomorrow because the time is going to get over.
So sorry for interruption. I have a doubt.
Yeah, please come up.
Sir, yesterday you have given us a note. So what we have to write only all the main points or full PDF?
Don't write complete PDF. Do
Okay.
not write complete PDF. You write the main point, of course, and some of the things. We'll gradually develop on that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
So not to write all about the PDF, no?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Sir, good afternoon.
No, sir.
No, sir.
सर पहचान लिया. और सर एक 2 मिनट में कॉल करूं. मैं क्लास में हूँ, खत्म करता हूँ. Okay, anybody have got any question? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Anything you would like to ask me?
No, sir.
No, sir. No.
No. Okay then. Just a minute. I'm going to save the recording.
Sir, stop the recording.
Yeah. So I'm going to